say.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Road to William. I got my cousin on the channel with me today, Ashley from I Be Ballin' Basketball Show.
Reppin' the WNBA, baby. Ayy. Ashley, I be put your W's up, put your W's up, put your W's up. PG is free, back with the Mercury.
Tell them a little bit about your channel, if they haven't heard already.
Yeah, my channel is called I Be Ballin' Basketball Show. I cover the NBA, I cover the WNBA, I cover college. I do it all. I do basketball movie reviews. I do different recaps of different, viral moments that happen in the NBA and WNBA, the off-season free agency trades, all of that, the drama. And, I do my best to give y'all the best basketball segments and analysts that you guys are looking for. I'm better than ESPN. I'm better. ESPN, give me my own show. I can highlight what you guys skip over. You guys skip over the women so much. Let me handle it. I'll take it off your hands. Give me, $1 million. That's all. You paying all these other guys millions. Just give me $1 million. I'll, that's all I'm asking for. I'm just kidding.
So go check out her channel, y'all. So today we're gonna dive into the one and only Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 3, y'all. They're on Season 3, and I feel like each season just gets better. This is definitely better than the first and the second, just because of their characters been more developed. Like you're continuously seeing like how they're coming about, and I kind of like that we've seen what their lives ended up like, but I like the journey of how they got there. Where's Jukebox? Oh, I was at Jukebox, the music. We just gonna get into it. Jukebox, the music was fire. The manager, I love it. She needs an award. She needs
Yeah, I like her.
Or whatever. She can act down. Like, I was like, yes, they better listen to everything this lady is saying. I like how she wasn't like the janky manager. She wasn't trying to jump them off. She ain't just using them. Because we've seen that in a lot of movies and how the music industry works, where it's like, especially back then, it was so easy to take advantage of, especially some young black girls trying to, just live out their dream. It's something they love to do. They could have easily turned sour, but it seems like they have a really good head on their shoulders. Like, she's not gonna let nobody mess with them. She really wants everyone to win. I love the whole no one's the one star, everyone's a star. You gotta prove every week who gonna be on top. Like, I love that. Like, and we're gonna dive in that deeper because his girl is tripping. But we just highlighting the first, and then we're gonna dive in. Ashley gonna dive in. We gotta get the little brother together. He is wilding. He's making all mistakes. The daddy, we gonna get to him. He's done messed up everything. His captain is disappointed in him. He couldn't believe it. Like, no, not my best men. No. He like, I can't believe. We all know. What's
Marvin? Marvin.
Marvin is one of the genuine guys. Like, you can't ask for better. He's helping out white young children and white men with addiction, and he's still gonna get slack. Okay. We got Joey Badass. He's AKA though. What's his name in the show?
Unique.
We thought he was gone. We're gonna dive into that too. We don't really know what's going on with that. I got my theories on that a little bit, but then we got we're gonna last him, but the Mama Rock. Probably one of my favorite characters out the whole thing. I just love her acting. I love her confidence. I seen an interview with her on Sherry Shepherd's show, she don't even talk the way she talks. Like she doesn't sound like it. Like she really developed this character from even the voice to everything. But she also said in the interview she intertwines a little bit of herself with that. But Rock is growing in a way where you started off couldn't stand her. But now you're going into a like, okay, we gotta give her some slack, y'all. But now we ended off, and then we actually gonna dive in on them. But why we're all here today, Kanan. Okay, we're here for Kanan. Okay, y'all. Like, he's the whole reason this show is happening. Like, what happened? How did he turn out to be such like? And he in power. Kanan was more of a very cold shoulder. He didn't really talk much. He didn't want to be around a lot of people. And the only person he really even vibed with was Tariq. And that goes to show for me, he never grew up. Like how they look at Michael Jackson. I know they're gonna be like, bro, you reaching. No, but honestly, he out of all the people he could have vibed with, he grew up with and all that, Ghost, Tommy, all these other dudes his age, around his age, he could have easily just, when he got out of prison, found some of his people around his own age, kicked it with him, did something different. He immediately gravitated toward Tariq, a child. And I feel like at some point we're seeing it that he's losing his childhood. He's lost it. It's gone. He no longer has that. He lost that childhood as soon as his mama said, you ain't got to go to school no more. That's where it started. And now we're seeing how it's slowly turning into that cold-hearted person, even by he's slowly being cold-hearted to Jukebox, one of his best friends, his mother. A little, he coming back, but he gonna lose himself again because we gonna see it. But Ashley, let me know, how did you feel about this season 3? And just go over the characters. How did you feel about it?
So, I really like Raising Kanan. I like coming of age stories. The actors, the storytelling. It has many, many different layers, and each character is growing. And I feel like you can dive into even more of the characters next season. It's like the characters have so much depth. But as far as Kanan, I think he should have just went to school. I always said, why are you following your mother's route? But yeah, seeing the other characters in power, seeing 50 Cent character, Kanan, how did he get like this, And we're slowly seeing how he got like this. He's still, a teenager. He wants to stand up and be on his own. He don't want to be with Rock. He's like, I'm tired of your lives. I'm going to stand up and be my own man, and, he's battling his mom. He's always angry. And I'm like, come on, man. That's your mom. Cut her some slack, man.
Always.
And also, Rock. Rock, has she done some dirty things? Should she have a better relationship with her son? Yes, like getting in trouble with the cops and planting the gun on them. That was harsh. But, it needed to be done. Sometimes you got to do things to keep your children close, what I mean? But yeah, I really like how we're seeing Kanan unfold. He was messing with some people like Snaps and Pops, Ronnie. Ronnie was an interesting villain. I'm glad he's gone because he's like weird. They call him like Urkel, but he was just very weird. That's Unique's brother, Ronnie, and he was just weird. But anyway, the relationship with Kanan and Ronnie, it was good at first, but you could tell they both sort of want to be in charge. And, I think later on, Kanan wouldn't be able to control Rodney. So, he had to go, he had to go. Pow, pow. But Rock, I think she is trying to. First, they was like, okay, I'm out of the game. I'm out of the game. But people are like, I don't know. Is she really out of the game? And um, the cop, the cop's name, that's the father. I was like, man, even though he like Kanan knows who his father is and he knows that he's Kanan's father, there's no relationship there. And I'm like, there should have been. They should have tried to bond, but they didn't. So I wish that could have happened, but it's not gonna happen anymore. But think about it. He grew up without a father. Then he finds out his father is a cop. Then his father gets murdered by the mama in the head. And that's why I think he turned so cold. Like you said, he's still a child. He hasn't dealt with any issues. It's like mom's lying. Who's telling you the truth? And as far as Jukebox, you're kind of slowly seeing because we were like, how did Jukebox? She's nothing like the power character. She's nothing like that. And I wish Butter would have worked out. Why isn't Butter working out? That performance in the mall was great. And it took me back to my childhood where, those 90 and 2000 characters, used to be coming up in the mall, with their mall performances. But she was a star. And it's like, I know you're trying to get away from your family in this bad environment. But really, the military, that's the wrong choice. That's the wrong choice. And I really want to see Kanan and Jukebox together more because I want to see how did that relationship get so sour where you shoot her. It is it had to get bad at some point. And Lou, I feel so bad for Lou. He's crying out for help. He's crying out for help. He's using alcohol as a mask, but really he's feeling guilty because some people, they do the crime, and some people they just put it in the back of the head like Marvin and Rock do, but some people can't. They can't. Once you kill a person, like Famous, right? Famous was killed, that guy. I forgot his name, but he killed him, and then he made a song about it and how it kept coming back in his head, right? And I think that's what Lou is going through. Lou can't just brush it off. Okay, another killing, and he was a danger to himself and others. You know, drinking and then spilling all of the secrets. I'm like, Lou, what are you doing? But I'm glad he's getting help. A lot of people are like, they're not gonna kill him, is he? They're not gonna kill him, right? Or or they're not gonna leave him in the woods to die. But he really just went to a rehab. We kind of knew that. And I thought Lou was gonna be gone because before the show even came on, they said warning, suicide. And I said, uh-oh, he might die of suicide. But luckily they just showed the attempt. It wasn't the actual. So I think next season we're gonna see him dive into more of that in rehab. And I want to see Rock and Kanan. Like, are they gonna be buddy buddy? I can't see them being buddy buddy working together. I still can't see that. Even though, you know, because it's like, did Kanan stage his own kidnapping? Well, they didn't tell us the plan because that would sort of ruin it, right? But it's like, when did Rock and Kanan start working together? When did they come up with this plan? Was it Kanan's idea? You know what I mean? Because eventually they all winded up in this warehouse, and then Rock shoots Omar Epps and Kanan shoots Ronnie, which needed to happen because Omar Epps' character, he was gonna get caught eventually because the cops was, they started ganging up on him, like questioning him, and for some reason he kept saying stuff like, "Oh, we gotta pin it out. We gotta pin it on Marvin." Why would Rock pin it on Marvin? She's not. Yeah, you're the father of Kanan, but you're not their family, really. You're not close to them like Lou or Marvin. So that didn't make sense. So you knew you had to go. And he was going to get caught by the cops eventually. So they just pinned everything on him. And Marvin, starving Marvin, he's always eating in every scene. I love that he mended his relationship, right? And just cheering on Jukebox. That was great to see. When is he gonna find out that she's going to the military? That's a bad. I just don't see it happening. And Unique, he's back. Yay! You know, what's gonna happen. And when was he alive? Was he just behind the scenes lurking throughout the whole thing? When did he become alive? Was he seeing Rodney and how he moved, waiting for his time to strike, or was he just gonna say, "I'm gonna let everyone take themselves out"?
Yeah.
And also, he showed up at the end. But do Rock and Kanan know that he's alive? I don't know. But
I, I would prefer. I think they don't know only because I think when somebody tries to like really like kill you, I think if you survive that, I think you kind of want to see who else would want him gone too. Like I would lurk in the shadows. You know what I mean? Because that could have been anybody. That could have been a setup. That could have been they could have been talking behind you, but behind the scene, you don't know what people. So it's better he was like probably like, oh no, it was all Ronnie. Like this is all. You know what I mean? I don't think no one knows about him. I think he wants to keep it that way until it benefits him even more. Like you said, get all the chess pieces off the table, get as much people off the table, so I can reap the benefit. I'm a little nervous about her paying that money, Rock paying that money back. I don't know if the guy is going to be like, oh, pay me back with interest or what, but I mean, she got all the money there. She put up her house. It just goes to show how much she really loved Kanan. Like, even though Kanan don't vibe with her, like, and he's sitting with the enemies, she's still gonna go to bat for him. Like, no, at the end of the day, that's my son. I don't want nothing bad to happen to him, so I'm gonna do whatever I can. So hopefully that guy is like not grimy because he was kind of looking at her like he was like, I hope you know how much you love him because goodness. But stuff like that be tripping me out when people on the show and they be dealers and they got all this money and then it's just like in the time of a punch where they really need the money. I'd be like, how much money do y'all really make? How much are y'all risking y'all lives for you can't even really help your son if you really wanted to. If it wasn't for that man giving the grace of like, here's some money, I got it, you know it, you would be out. It would be done. You know what I mean? But I'm glad it was a setup. I'm glad it was more of a like, no, I think Kanan coming to realize how much he loved his mother in that moment. I think this season was more about them realizing like, no, y'all really need each other because at any given moment, nobody cares about you like your people do, and that's what it started showing for him. Like, yeah, you got the pops, although what's their name? Snaps and Pops. Their couple thing is hilarious. I love it. I like that they're both kind of like the head. There's no like one's bigger than the other. They both make the decisions. And they're like Switzerland, like they said. They even though Ronnie and them was, in their presence asking, they all didn't like Rock. They still was like, but realistically, we not trying to get involved. They ain't got nothing to do with us. You know what I mean? So I like that they kind of just stayed back. You know what I mean? But I think they gonna turn up too. All this is reminding me of like get rich or die trying in certain instances. That's what I've been comparing it to a little bit because it's just like his mama gonna die by somebody who he knows. And I feel like that's what's gonna happen with Raising Kanan. And so I'm like, well, who could it be? You know what I mean? Like, and it was someone Kanan looked up to, or it was someone like 50 Cent at the time looked up to. And I'm like, is that what's gonna happen with Kanan? But who is it? Is it Unique? Is it someone else that's we're gonna get introduced? And who is Breeze? Because people keep comparing Unique to Breeze, and Breeze was never seen in Power, but he was always talked about, but no one ever knew who he was or whatnot. And people keep saying it's Unique, and I'm like, why would it be Unique and his name is Unique? It's not Breeze, unless that's his ghost name. You know what I mean? Unless everybody got aliases name, fine, it's him. But I don't think he's Breeze. I think it's Breeze is going someone we still don't know about, we haven't seen yet. But I could be wrong. But yeah, the whole season overall, I enjoyed it. The music was musicking. Lou, I like that he had somebody in his corner, even when he thought he was alone, like that white lady who owned the bar. I'm like, I'm glad she's there because she's very understanding. She's not very reactive. She's more like trying to read the room. She's trying to understand what's going on. In a time where she could have easily turned away Famous, she was like, I know you do music. I love your music. And she was helping Famous, you know, so generous. She's so generous, so giving. And she like, but this ain't coming for free. You gotta work for the bar, you know what I mean? And he was, I think that shocked him because nobody was really, yeah, he got his mom. Oh my gosh. Famous mother. Oh my goodness. The mom was so like, if oh my goodness, if Famous didn't have common sense of his own, he would have been in handcuffs because the mom was basically walking him into prison. Tell him you killed someone. What if you like? The mom was no help at all to me. I felt like she could have
She
just
turned in the gun, right?
yes. She's like, I just got nervous. Like, oh my goodness. And they were about to lock him up, but they were using him. And he realized that. He was like, no, I'm not. Even though him and Kanan aren't on good terms, he still was not going to switch on what he know as his family. That's also his family to him. And I like how Kanan was slowly maturing, and it has to be ways that's messed up. Like, he doesn't realize how much he loves his mom until people say they want to put a hit on her. He don't realize how much he really cares for Famous until, he sees Ronnie like roughing him up in the hallway. Like it's like messed up things have to happen for him to like click. Like the girl was like, I'm pregnant. And she didn't say that, but she like, I missed my period. And he like, oh my God. You using no condom? Are you serious? See, this is what your mama talking about. Your mama can't stand you because you don't know what you're doing. She's like, Kanan don't know. He's dumb. He's a child. I'm like,
Raising Kanan, raising him.
and Jukebox, I thought they were going to kidnap her too when they got him. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
A gun at her. She's even more traumatized. She's never had a gun pointed. We've never seen that. That's her first time getting a gun pointed at her face. And it's like,
tough.
And she's just like, she's in a rock and a hard place because, hey, if all your surroundings are telling you you ain't gonna be nothing and these are your only options, that's all she can do. Like the school told her was the first one to be like, well, you can't be that. You only could be this. Okay, I'm going to the army, and now the army trying to scare her, like, you can't back out of it. You can't back out. And they're not being helpful either. They're kind of being more controlling. Like, yes, the army can help you set your life up, whatever, but it's all like they not a gang, but kind of. You know what I mean? Like, if you sign a contract, you can't get out of it. Like, you know what I mean? And I feel like everything she wanted to do, the only thing that made sense to her and the only thing that seemed like was coming true was the music group. I don't understand why Butter can't continue. I mean, she only questioned, she didn't get arrested. It's just her family association. It's just like, I don't think it's over. I don't think it should be over, but who knows? Eventually it is, because she wouldn't be a cop if it was, so we gonna keep seeing how come her dreams aren't coming true. And maybe that is what like messed her up, because around this time, did she go to Iraq? Like, did she get shipped? We don't know what happened. Like, because like it is a very drastic change of, okay, she's just so sweet to like, she don't even care if the girl really like messing with Kanan in her bedroom. You know what I mean? Like on Power, she was like, I mean, you could have had her if you wanted, but and that goes to show, like, they had the same love interest. He didn't really care for her. He just wanted to smash. He's young. He just wanted to smash anything moving. Okay? She cares about that girl. And I loved how the girl wasn't, like, trying to play her. She wasn't trying to hide it. She's trying to be in public. She realized, you know what? I thought I did like Kanan, but really, I like you. And I was scared, and I'm glad it was like, it's that. It's not, because a lot of times, I don't know if you've seen this movie. It got one of the Kim Wayans in it. Araya or something like that. And it's kind of like the opposite. Like the girl she thought she really liked and cared for it and whatnot really just end up using her and just using her for the night and didn't really want to be with her. But I love how this relationship is like, no, it's mutual. Like she had a mutual love and she had more than one. She gets a second chance at love. And the girl is like, I'll wait for you. But even the girl's like, you can probably still get out of it. Like, and I'm like, did she sign the contract or not? Like, we got to figure that out. And you know Marvin, if he find out, he probably gonna rip that contract up anyway. Okay. But yeah, I think that's gonna break Marvin. That's gonna break everyone's heart because what they're not realizing is what they're realizing. The mom is like, oh, I almost lost my son. So when they realize she joined the army, they gonna be like, oh, this our another little baby. We gonna lose her. Like, how are we gonna get her out of this situation? But she's like, y'all so worried about Kanan, y'all not even knowing what I'm going through. You know what I mean? Y'all just think I'm singing, I'm living my best life, but really, I got this thing whole, and we all do it, right? We got some shit. I ain't nobody's gonna understand. I'm gonna figure it out. She's on her own. She feels. But what Lou, what I hope happens is her seeing Lou, being able to speak how he feels. Like even their relationship, Rock and Lou's relationship, is starting to get better because I don't think they ever spoke to each other like that before. They never expressed, I care about you. That looked like he ain't never heard that from her. Like,
in therapy, yeah.
Yeah, in that therapy. Like at first she was standoffish because it can be awkward, but eventually when it was just them, she was like, I do love, and she wasn't bullshit. It wasn't one of them where she talking to Kanan and she trying to manipulate. She was like being real, like, no, I do. I'm glad you're here. Boop, boop, boop. Even on his down, like I hope that shows Juke. Maybe she can talk. They need to have a conversation too, Juke and Lou, because they share the same passion. And I think if they could just come together and live out their dream, it could work. We could change the narrative. Power is done, but you can always change the narrative. Shock us. We don't have to. It don't have to end Jukebox in that way. That could be an alternative ending. Like if you lead down this way, it could be that. But if they want this to keep going, they could switch this whole thing around. And I don't think they have to do it in that way they did Power. I hope they don't because she's a really good singer. They said, in the interview, she can sing too, apparently. And
yeah, she did Broadway.
And she said that, I think Sherry brought up, like, what if that's Rock's hidden talent? Like, she can also sing because we don't know what Rock's dreams were. We still don't know about her. We know that her mom and her have an estranged relationship. We saw that in the first season. We don't really see her. We see her mom in this season. The mom is like, well, pay me some money so I can babysit. Like, are you? And then she goes, the money she got. Like, are you? So the mom is funny though, but the mom has got some nerve. And but everybody like the Lou and them, Marvin, they kind of like, yeah, whatever. I knew Lou was gonna leave. Lou was like, I ain't listen to this lady. And so, but I think like if that could be her hidden talent, and it was funny because she was like, oh, that would be a good idea. I might use that. So if they have her singing, like who, that would just blow me away. And like, what if they share a song? I don't know. I feel like they need to change the narrative. Don't give
family song.
Don't give us no predictable ending. We know in the Power that Famous is, gone, and that's where I think his son is named after Famous and whatnot. But I just hope they do an alternative ending, and he had to go. Yeah. When he told Rock, oh, we gotta give up Marvin, he just came in my life. You're an old creepy man that was messing with her when she was 15. You think I'm about to rat out my brother?
Yeah, that's funny.
About Kanan, you don't come by, you don't call him. You thought you were dying and you was like, oh, I need to see my son. And then now that you alive and you don't need his organs, you like, oh, I'm good. I'm good, whatever. I don't want to take care of him. He grown. He gonna do what he want. I just don't want to go to prison, okay? Like, you're like, oh, yeah, you gotta go because you're either gonna start talking, but they was gonna get him anyway. He didn't want to go to prison. They was gonna put him in prison. They're putting two and two together. Like, yeah. But I think it was a bad move because they already eyeing him thinking he involved. They gonna automatically think it's one of them that killed him. Like, oh, they probably heard he was talking to us and they killed him. So they gonna have a trail on him. I'm really excited for season 4. Overall, it was really good. Some twists and turns. But yeah, how did you feel overall? How'd you like it?
I definitely give it a 4 out of 5. Sometimes things are kind of slow. Like I like fast stuff. The action pack. But I really love the actors. I think I really like Rock. I really like Marvin. Jukebox. Kanan, I don't know. I don't know. He kind of, I don't know, man. I don't really like Kanan. Even though the show is called Raising Kanan, I like the other characters more. But what I want for next season, there has to be a villain. So I'm thinking, what if the villain this time is a female, a woman? Because so far we've had two, male villains, and I was thinking maybe Taraji P. Henson be the villain because
Yeah.
50 Cent said, "Hey, I'll pay her," and I think she would be a good villain.
50, put Taraji on this.
Yeah, I think she would be a great villain.
But yes, overall it was really good. I don't know. I vibe with it. I think y'all should check it out. If you haven't checked it out already, go check out the other ones. Power, Force. That's a good one. That got action in it. That one do got action in it. If you like Crazy Tommy, the crazy mom's over there, but she's getting better. You just have to see it. But the girl from The Shy is in it. Drea, I think that's her name. But yeah, keep up with Power Book. It's pretty good. Let me know in the comments how y'all felt about this season. What was your favorite part and all that. If you haven't liked this video, go ahead and like it. Hit that subscribe button, share it. Make sure you check out my cousin's channel. I be ballin' basketball. I be ballin'. What do you want to say to the peeps before we go?
Yeah. Follow me on Ashley I Be Ballin'. All platforms, TikTok, Instagram, all that. Check out my I Be Ballin' Basketball. I got a Facebook group too. I Be Ballin' Basketball Facebook group. Check out my YouTube. Check out my cousin's other videos. Slamming. Great reviews. Just slamming and jamming.
Stay up, stay prayed up, everybody. Keep your head up. And we gonna see y'all soon. Later.
Power.
I just wanna drive in the Audi. I wanna make her scream loudy. What the fuck they all